All right, guys, Q&A time. This is Alex Rogers from proteinfactory.com. And yeah, I get a bunch of questions and I'll read them off here and I'll give you my answers. Okay, do I need to take supplements for better results? Yes and no. Depends on your lifestyle. You know, if you're busy, you don't eat good. Yeah, supplements. That's what supplements are for. Like every day, I take curcuminoids, I take mushrooms, I take raw honey. I supplement with that. I mean, honey is something that you just don't use regularly in your diet, especially raw honey, and that's a superfood. Curcuminoids, definitely not. And I think being anti-inflammatory, when you're inflamed, that's when bad stuff's going to happen to your body, especially cancer. So always take some sort of anti-inflammatory supplement. I like to use my Muscle, and I also use my mushroom supplements, Big Chaga. Okay, so what are the most effective whey protein powders? Wait, how effective are whey protein powders and weight gainers? And what are the differences between the two? Okay, so this is just basic question. I mean, I wouldn't call it whey powder, probably whey protein powder for sure, because you can buy 35% whey powder if you really wanted to. But weight gainers, man, I hate the weight gainers that are on the market today. I can't stand them. I don't recommend them. If you want to make a weight gainer, buy some whey protein concentrate like my Mega Whey or my Native Whey. Buy a bottle of flax oil. Buy a bottle of hemp oil. There's another oil out there that I want to carry. Dump it in there, and boom, there you got a better weight gainer than anything that's on the market today. Yeah, so forget the weight gainers. Oils, that's where it's at. You want to use those oils because there's more than double the amount of calories that there are in protein or carbs. Next question, what are some good tasting yet not too expensive vegan protein powders? I mean, my pea protein, I mean, there was Lentine, but that was better than pea. That they tested that had a higher biological value, PDCAA, whatever you want to call it, DIA, than rice protein or pea protein. I was carrying it was this green powder, but people just did not like it. Manufacturer went out of business, and yeah, so next best bet is pea. And pea would be it. That's it. I mean, you could use rice, but rice, I think, is pretty much the same price. It tastes a little better, but I still would go with pea. What is the most effective testosterone cycle for gaining muscle mass? Well, again, that all depends. I mean, if you're a heavy steroid user, you're not going to be, you could take, it's not going to be very effective if you take the same amount as somebody who never used steroids before. Number one, I don't recommend steroids, okay? Steroids are like, it's like a double-edged sword. Because what happens with steroids, they're very addicting psychologically. Okay, so what happens is you take steroids, you turn into Superman. I'm not kidding. You will feel the pump in the gym you get is unbelievable. I mean, it's just addicting to train when you're taking anabolic steroids. So what happens is once you get off, the body wants to go back to normal. So going back to normal is whatever your regular pump was. Whatever your regular strength was, and you're gonna lose. You're gonna actually lose. Like before, you might have been benching 185, whatever, for 10 reps, or 225 for 10 reps. You take steroids, all of a sudden you're doing 255 or 10 reps. Then you come off steroids, you're gonna be back down without a doubt. So that's why I don't recommend steroids. Yeah, they just suck, they also have long-term health implications. I just don't agree with using them whatsoever. There are some people, very smart people, that know how to use what they call it really now. It's called TRT. One of those guys is Nelson Montana. He's super smart when it comes to that stuff. He's like in his 70s. I swear to God, he looks like he's in his 50s. He's unbelievable shape that guy's in. So check out Nelson Montana if you want to know more about that subject. All right, next question. How much protein do you need for muscle recovery after a workout? It depends. It depends on your weight, but we know now that you could use 100 grams of protein post-workout. I mean, the study just came out, I think it was last year, that said you could use 100 grams at a sitting is fine. So just chug that protein. That's all I gotta say about that one. But minimally wise, if you're looking to save money, I mean, don't use less than 30 grams post-workout. If you're a female and you only weigh like 100 pounds, maybe 20 grams. But on average, I'd say about 30 grams of protein. Okay, next question. Are there any supplements other than creatine that actually make a difference? Or nutrition and creatine are all that matters? I mean, to this day, see, if you're going to take a supplement that's not, I'd say, generally recognized as safe by the FDA, then it becomes a drug, and that's a drug claim. So as far as creatine goes, man, creatine so far, nothing has beat creatine. I mean, creatine came out in the early 90s, mid 90s, and just nothing has stopped it. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know any supplements out there that work like creatine. The next best bet, I mean, I always believe in a pump. To me, a good pump, similar to a pump if you take an anabolic steroids, that's what's going to drive those nutrients into the muscle, man. And I don't know, man, I have to give a little bit to some high GI carbs, some sodium. What gives you that pump? Inorganic nitrates like Tectanic Red. There's a section on my website right off the homepage. It's the bodybuilding supplement pyramid. And you look at that, and I list what supplements are like no-brainers, I call them. Curcuminoids, Tectanic Red, creatine. Those are the supplements that you want to make sure you have. And as you go higher up the pyramid, they get more experimental on whether they work or not. Okay, so if anything, get that first level of supplements that I recommend in the bodybuilding pyramid that I invented. Does creatine cause hair loss? No, it does not. We already went over this. I did a podcast with Will Brink. It's on my TikTok page, and he debunked that. He debunked that theory, or not theory, whatever. He debunked that. Oh, this is a good question right here. What is the most overhyped supplement ingredients in the fitness industry today, and why do they persist despite lacking scientific backing? Well, before I name the supplement, why do they persist despite scientific backing? Because it's easy money. I mean, the supplement industry is greedy. But what's the most overhyped supplement ingredients? Oh, he said ingredients that I can name. Okay, so I just don't have to name one. That's interesting. Interesting question. I would say branched amino acids, because every major supplement company sells those. I mean, when whey protein came out, it made them obsolete. Yeah, I don't know why people still use them. Free-form amino acids are just trash. So BCAAs and amino acids, we'll just say free-form amino acids, including branched amino acids. Second, I would say probably testosterone boosters that are like made up of kitchen sink supplements. So you'll see like a testosterone supplement will have like a whole list of ingredients. They don't raise testosterone high enough or long enough to create an effect. They just don't. They're worthless. The ones that I sell, Unleashed, that's not based on a testosterone booster. And LJ100, yes, that is a testosterone booster, but it's one ingredient, and it's the only one. If you're gonna have one, if you're gonna use a testosterone booster, it's gonna be LJ100. Okay, so you're gonna use that one. So testosterone boosters, branched amino acids. I hate CLA. CLA for fat loss is terrible. Don't even bother with it. I think supplements geared towards women, with the exception of menopause and anything related to women's menstrual cycle and hormones, but like a protein powder or a pre-workout made for women, that's the stupidest thing. There's no difference between a man and a woman when it comes to building muscle. What else? I'm sure I could think of other things. I've seen some bad ones come out there, stuff like Gamma O, or just stupid stuff. But yeah, I'd say those three are probably my top ones. I use protein bars often. I know they aren't the healthiest, but should I feel guilty for enjoying it? Protein bars, they've come a long way. They used to be terrible. There's some really good ones out there with minimal ingredients. I sell them on my website. I don't actually sell them, but I do a favor for another company. They're called Muscle Up bars. It's just really good, healthy bars, and they're good. So just make sure you choose the right one. Stay away from sugar alcohols like xylitol. Stay away from artificial sweeteners like acesulfame or sucralose. Stay away from corn syrups, fructose. Just look at the packaging. And if you don't know, just go to my website and look up the Muscle Up bars, and those are the ingredients that you should be using or should be in your protein bar. And I got no issues with protein bars. Okay, last question. We got 45 seconds left. Is why don't you sell protein with creatine? Well, yeah, you could. I mean, I used to sell something called Big Blast. I put creatine in there, I put protein in there, and carbs in there. It was a good formula, but problem right now is with creatine is it's a protein spiking ingredient. So the one that's still out there that I consistently see is from Aldi. Aldi sells a protein powder that's spiked with creatine. So if you want to see what a spiked protein powder looks like, just go to Aldi and you'll find their protein powder in there, and you'll see creatine in there. So don't buy protein with creatine. Get your creatine separately at all times.